Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final game in this best of three series between Pro Randy and Teddy. I'm very excited to see this match with y'all and can't wait to get into it. So, without further ado, let's begin. This is taken from the semifinals of the Alpha Championship Cup, and the map is Sky Island. So, never seen this map before, and I believe in the pregame, both players agreed to spawn on the separate islands. So, this is an air map here, and there's these. I don't think this is even water. Like, I'm not sure if you can even build units in this really, but definitely an air map if both players decide to start on these separate islands off the main island. So pretty cool to see both players having a little gentleman's agreement at the beginning of the match, and both decided to start on these islands. So pretty cool. For those of you who haven't seen this map before, I'll just take a look and introduce it for you all real fast. This is Sky Island, plan field anyway. We have the starting island here with what is that? 1, 2, 3. So 7 mexes here, and we have this large central island. So pretty cool to see. There's like this high ground ridge plateau. I think I can actually show off the terrain here. Oop, there it is. So there's a traversability button for those of you who don't know, F2, so you can see where units can move and where they can't move. But I'm sure we'll see some air transports here, and at some point both commanders or both players will be on this, contesting the central island here. But for some reason they chose not to, not to both start on that island. I think, I don't know. This is the first game I've ever seen on this, so don't really have too strong of opinions on how to play this properly. But there is some starting crystals here on your island, so those will give you access to some energy reclaim. And let's take a look at the players' opening builds. So Randy here has opted for the bot lab first. Makes a lot of sense, considering I'm assuming they're going to be going into some kind of air at some point. So he doesn't want to spend a lot of mass making vehicles on this small starting island. So pretty smart choice. Take a look at his opponent, Teddy, sitting here on the opposite side of the map in his open. Also chosen to go bot lab first, and already has his grave robber out, soaking up these crystals. So trying to get that energy into his economy. He's got one expanding engineer just taking these mexes, and I'm sure both these players are going to be having super greedy builds, right? So neither player has started any kind of scout or grunt, anything like that. So just going straight into the eco game, straight into these expansions. They want to get this island locked down as quick as possible. And we've seen that Randy has opted for a grave robber as well. So pretty cool. And is already starting his air factory. So I'm not sure if his intention is to start bombing straight away. But yeah, so he's queued up a Finch into transport into bombers. So we'll eventually see some kind of bombing runs from him. Take a look at how much damage he's able to get with those kind of passes, or if it's more of a defensive measure. And we see Teddy is marching down and started his air factory of his own, or aircraft plant rather. So, and is already reclaiming this bot lab. So he just wanted to get one of those grave robbers out, get a couple of these construction bots, and is just going to go right into this air factory. And we'll take a look and see what he actually chooses to open with. I'm assuming neither player are going to be going for too many of these construction aircraft. They don't have the same build power, if I'm not mistaken, as your construction bots or vehicle, as your vehicle and bot engineers, right? So maybe perhaps he'll be relying on just getting a factory on this main island and getting build power from that instead of just producing some on his own main island or producing build power from that aircraft plant. So Randy coming in with a transport already on this main island, immediately starts a metal extractor, and I'm assuming is going to be getting a factory rather quickly. Teddy kind of spots this. He's flying, taking a look over the main base, sees where his commander's at, sees that the opponent's commander is already on this main island, and I'm not sure if he elected to make a bomber. Yeah, so he has a bomber out. This is going to be an interesting match. I've never seen one of these island maps, so to speak. So pretty cool. Looks like we already have one bomber out from Teddy. Randy has a Finch out. We're going to take a look at his scouting, see what he takes a look at. So got the scout moving across the map, sees this bomber coming in. So I'm wondering how he's going to choose to defend against this. I think he neglected to make some fighters. No, he's just constant bomber production. So definitely going to be vulnerable to this bomber here. Let's see if this can get any damage. First pass is incoming. It doesn't have any anti-air. No, he has one thistle turret already, but the bombs go off, and definitely don't take out as many of those wind turbines, I'm sure, as you would have liked to seen. So Great move by Randy, kind of decentralizing his air economy there. Here, another bombing pass going off, so this bomber is able to take out that building next. And I think there was a metal extractor, or excuse me, a wind turbine up there. Just searching for more damage here. He wants to avoid that thistle turret. He realizes he can't get any more damage in the main base, so he's going to be targeting these peripheral expansions. And yeah, takes out another mech. So this is great damage here. He's already taken out 2 mechs. I think a third one's going to go down. No, he's just destroying that. I'm not sure why he targeted that, actually. There could have been some reclaim on there. I'm not too sure. Meanwhile, the bomber of Randy flying over Teddy's base, looking for damage. I don't think he made a pass at the main base. He must have been anticipating there's a thistle already built, and we see one there. So he's just trying to take out these peripheral expansions. Takes out 1 mech. This thistle might get up in time. I think this construction bot's going to be able to finish that. And there's a nice forward radar here. So yeah, you can see how these little pillars totally affect that radar coverage. I doubt you could get any kind of water going in this map. So chooses to take another bombing pass here. Doesn't really get any extra damage, and that fighter is going to take out that bomber. So Teddy taking out the bomber of Randy, and I think Teddy's own bomber went down. See 1 Hercules, and we'll take a look at where these players actually decided to place their commander. Now we see Randy chose to just get on this island as quickly as possible, so he dropped his commander off just as close to this main island as he could to get this production up. But Teddy decided to land on this plateau, and I gotta say, I kind of like this position a little better. He's gonna have his commander and production on this high ground, so it's gonna be real tough for Randy to kind of push him off or dislodge him from this position, considering there's only 1, 2, just 4 access points to this plateau. So Teddy just needs to lock down this island, and if you have the high ground here, you can make attacks at any point. So say Teddy controlled this island, he can attack. He can choose to attack this main island anywhere he sees fit, anywhere he notices Randy's units aren't. He can take a step off of that plateau and maybe do some extra damage, or be in a way better position. So kind of like this decision from Teddy, a lot better. And looks like he has 2 air transports out, so this might come into play later on in the game, doing some drops onto his opponent's main island, or starting island, I should say. So we can take a look at the main bases again in our player views. So Randy just trying to get comfortable here on this starting island. He's got a couple thistles up next to his commander. He's got 1 radar here, and he's trying to scout this main island with these grunts. He's looking for where Teddy is at on this position. So we have another LLT going up here with an expanding engineer, and he's finally starting to re-secure his starting island. So he's got a couple fighters just kind of patrolling around, and looks like he has 1 air transport kind of ferrying, I think, this construction bot over here. So great job making use of this transport coming back and forth. And we already have an engagement here on this top side of the island, but I'm going to take a look at Teddy's point of view for now. Looks like he's moving his commander with an air transport again, and has 2 expanding engineers on this island. Both players making great work of these Hercules. They started in the produced in the early game. So they're just kind of ferrying off their construction bots they used to expand on their starting island onto this main island to try and, ramp up production, ramp up their expansions as quickly as possible. And we see a small group of thugs and grunts right here, and they're going to put pressure on Randy's commander, but he's got some grunts of his own. He's got this LLT, or excuse me, twin guard turret. So that's a much better turret than the light laser tower. We can see it's about 195, so 105 more mass, and basically just has an extra laser. So we'll see how effective these thugs are at pressuring Randy's position, but he has some thugs of his own, so that range advantage these thugs have over the grunt counterpart is going to be negligible if your opponent's already mixing those units into his composition. And now we see Randy was a little closer, moving his commander on this island, and I want to say his expansions are a little faster, but could be wrong about that. We already have so much build power on this main island. He's got 2 construction turrets already up, 1 construction bot assisting another construction turret. So he's going to have a lot of build power here on the starting island. But Teddy, you got to be careful with your commander. You don't want to throw the game away so close to the start. And he scoops it up. He realizing the danger he's in. This many brutes, 9 brutes, can definitely take on a commander if microed well. So Teddy, rightly so, gets out of that position, and you don't want to lose your commander to some fighters. So just in the nick of time, he gets that commander landed, and that could have been game right there. Those fighters were so close to taking out that air transport. Can see not much action going on their players' starting islands. You see a little grunt versus grunt battle here on this main plateau. So Teddy's going to shoot these grunts off of his high ground, and we can see already the advantage this position has taken. Randy, with so many more thugs on the board, is going to be hard pressed to get up this ramp here. We can see Teddy can put his own thugs on this high ground and really defend this position well. These units are so clumped up together. I don't think their shots actually do splash damage. You know, these are just single target. No, they might. I'm not sure actually if they do splash damage or not. But he's walking into a couple thugs and 2 turrets, and with a commander here, I don't think Randy can push up this hill any longer. So he's going to get shooed away by the units of thugs, and that was kind of an improper engagement. I would have liked to have seen him add these extra mass to just try and secure this starting island. We see Teddy is kind of spreading out across this already, but Randy doing a great job dropping I'm assuming he dropped this construction bot over here. He's just trying to lock it on this corner, puts up a radar, puts up a couple LOTs. He wants to stop rotation around this far side of this main island here. And we see he's pressing forward. Randy's pressing forward on the top with these thugs he made. So he's going to put pressure on this side of the island, but Teddy is in tow. He's got his own thugs trying to move into position, trying to defend this construction bot. We see Teddy's retreating that. He doesn't want to lose that to these slow-moving thugs, so you can definitely outrun those thugs, I think, with this construction bot given advanced warning. So that's what he decides to do. And Teddy, you gotta get a front of these thugs. They're just gonna move past your army if you try and chase them. Here's some shots going off on the south side of the map. It looks like this LLT is not gonna. Oh, it does finish. Great job right there. That grunt could have denied this expansion here. So good job focusing on this LLT production before capping those mexes. Something I've been trying to incorporate into my own play. And we see Randy sending 2 construction bots to this main plateau. He wants to secure this for himself, and look at this super narrow choke point kind of separating these plateaus. So I'm assuming as this game, if it does stabilize and kind of slows down a bit, we'll see both players trying to lock down this plateau, their respective sides. Super good radar position here. Look at this coverage. Sees the entire main base of Randy on this main island here. So he's going to know what to do. He's going to know how to engage, where the opponent's army's at. We can see Teddy can see those radar signatures, so he knows what's there. Pretty decent radar coverage here. We see 3 radars, about 1 radar here. It's one of this high ground. So great radar spread. Gets a lot of intel. Take a look at Randy's point of view and his own main base or starting island. Just adding on wind turbines. I think both players aren't really interested in harassing these starting islands, but really these are quite vulnerable to air transports. If you get a couple of units on here, it's going to be pretty devastating. But great job. Great radar coverage and thistle spread on this starting island. So that's going to be a tall order trying to get units landed on there. Looks like this thug run by finally making an approach here onto this little expansion of Teddy here. I think these I think a guard tower and exploiter is not enough to deal with 5 thugs, so let's see how those quickly go down. Looks like Randy really not pressing at his advantage. He doesn't want to lose these units. I don't blame him. Just wants to deny expansions. His opponent is already on the starting island, and no, he was waiting for a surround actually. We see more thugs coming in from the south side, so didn't really have to time this super well. I mean, he has more than enough thugs to push Teddy off of this position, so that's what he's going to do. That little expansion's going to go down. Meanwhile, on the left side of the main island, we see both players just posturing, creating this no man's land between their standing armies. So, and Teddy moving his commander in this dropship again. He's going to drop to these little 3 mexes here, trying to get this expansion up, cap those mexes, put up some LOTs, put up some radars. He wants to get control of this main island here. This is where most of the mass on the map is, and looks like Randy is kind of enveloping this plateau here. So great job. If we take a look at this main island, it definitely seems like Randy has more of it secured, even though Teddy has his high ground. So we'll see how both players, try and advance from here. Huge engagement, thugs versus thugs. I mean, he has the high ground supported by LLTs. Randy, you're not gonna get up this man. See some grave robbers in tow, but instantly go down to several shots. So many grave robbers going down, and that's not the battle he wanted to take. You can see how good this high ground is on the map. So, and Teddy's already gone Tech 2. So it looks like he produced a Tech 2 bot factory, got out an advanced construction bot, and salvaged that factory. So I'm not sure what extra tech he's going to be going for, but Randy's trying to step up onto this high ground. Oh my gosh, so much damage. Was that a bomb? No, it's just these fiends are so good against the thugs. Wow, that was a crazy battle. So many thugs going down so quickly. See, Teddy was able to move his commander once again with this air transport. Still hasn't issued orders. There he goes. He's trying to cap these mixes. Trying to get more production on the starting island. And we see Teddy's kind of rotating towards the right side, the bottom right side of the map. He knows Randy's been expanding down here, and he wants to pressure him. And I'm wondering if he can get to this high ground in time before Pro Randy's able to step up on top of it. We see how crucial these choke points can actually be in engagements. I think Teddy might actually be able to stop Randy from coming up that ramp, but we'll take a look. See one Valiant fighter just patrolling around on this main island. Wants to deny any kind of run-bys, and we have so many fiends on the right side. Let's take a look. About 6 fiends running on the right side of the map, taking out these expansions, taking out mexes. We see Randy trying to step up on top of this plateau here. And yeah, Teddy already has an arc on top of this high ground, so you want all your units to be firing at the same time, and these units in the back aren't shooting, and that's going to give Teddy a great engagement here as he kind of steps forward. Maybe a little too far. He gave the opportunity for these thugs in the back to stop shooting. He didn't need to be completely on top of that. And we see these fiends moving in, clearing out these expansions, so definitely weak against the LLTs. You can't rely on just LLTs on this map. Or, you know, at this phase in the game, 15 minutes of the game in general. So we see 2 Shurikens out on the battlefield. They're going to come down to this engagement here and start paralyzing these drones, and going to give Teddy an advantage. Two thugs, you know, taken out of the battle, but he has such a weak army. These thugs are so low in health, and see these flanking fiends are able to come in and do their damage. So going to be able to clean up these remaining thugs, take out these grave robbers, and prevent them from rezzing the units from this battle. So great job. Looks like we had another bomb go off. Not sure what those bombs are. I don't see any units that actually do that. And finally, look at Randy's position. He's totally been cleared off of this bottom right side of the island, and is being flanked by fiends again. So we have 3 more fiends coming into this little battle here. The last thug of Teddy is going to go down, but there's 4 fiends. Do they explode when they die? I'm actually just noticed that. Not sure. Looks like Randy has his own fiends out on the board. He was able to get Tech 2 up on this main island, so we see he has his advanced construction bot lab already done. Wondering if he ferried over a T2 engineer to his main island. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He has this, oh, excuse me, he's just adding on wind turbines. Don't see any advanced construction bots on Randy's starting island, and we have this little fiend versus fiend battle in the middle. Both players trying to get an advantage. Randy's trying to get on this high ground. He's bringing up his commander. He wants to get access to this reclaim field that was forming. Hearing some shots going off. Not sure where that is. Oh, it's a Sheldon. Oh, excuse me. I didn't see this down here. So we have this Sheldon that's just outranging the static defense. Oh, these Shurikens paralyze it to be able to take it out with the fiends, these fast-moving fiends. So love these little fast assault bots. They're very quick T2 units. See a lot of players start making those as soon as they get into that T2 phase after their initial engineering. Randy stepped away from this bot lab, and it is under threat here. We have Shurikens coming in and 5 themes. It's just a bunch of build power trying to get fiends out, but the numbers are too high here. It looks like, yeah, he tried to issue Control K command. He wants to take out these fiends, and we have this one twin guard turret. It's going to go down. Wow. Control K's his bot, takes out all the build power, the advanced construction bot. I think that's going to seal the deal here. Randy's lost his production on the main island. His commander's completely vulnerable here now. No production means that Teddy can kind of, you know, surround and corner that commander, and we see these fiends coming in to reinforce the position. He's going to clear out those fiends of Teddy, but at what cost? I mean, he has grave robbers trying to get build power back on this map. He was able to resurrect this bot lab, and I'm sure he's going to be trying to make some more construction bots out here. So these 10 grave robbers are trying to get Teddy back into the game, or Randy back into the game, but I think Teddy's got too much of an advantage right now. He's got advanced metal extractors going up. He rebuilt his aircraft plant, has so much build power here on the Plateau, and is able to defend against that run by of the fiends on the top side of his island. So Teddy really just has to start outproducing his opponent. We can see the total mass produced is about 5K in favor of Teddy. Currently, he's about 12 mass per tick up in income. But really, the story is in how much production is on this main island here. That the game is being played on this main island, and there's so many construction bots just spilling out units. What is this? Combat engineer. Oh, these combat engineers can actually make... That's interesting. I've never seen this. So you can make a combat engineer out of your advanced bot lab and just use it to produce units assisted by construction turrets. That's pretty cool to see. Didn't know that was a thing. Here's some shots going off. Looks like we have another Shuriken and Fiend engagement here on Randy's main base on this central island here. And Teddy's not going to let him get back into the game. He's just continuing to pressure this expansion here. He can't let Randy get build power back on this island. He knows the position he's in. He knows he has an advantage, and he's clearing out so much eco, so much of this base totally completely goes down. And Teddy has nearly secured the central island. We see finally a push going onto this plateau here. Bunch of thugs and grave robbers trying to make a play for this main plateau, but we can just see how fast this build power is spitting out these fiends. So Randy wants to return the favor. He wants to take out this factory here, or this little expansion on this northern plateau. And oh, this is not good. Randy's commander is completely surrounded now. You have Shurikens on the left side, fiends and grunts on the top and bottom, and this is going to be it. This is the last battle. We see the commander desperately trying to get D-guns off, but he's completely surrounded and goes down. So, wow. Teddy calls GG. What a great game. What a great series, actually. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. I really appreciate that. Keep liking the videos. Keep subscribing, and I'll keep bringing these series and games, but 1v1 games to you. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. Hope you like me casting these best of 3 series, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much.